How you doing, folks? This is Tamil Aker, owner of Aker Home Inspections. Coming to you guys today with somewhat of a new topic. I know I haven't covered it in the past, uh, but I want to talk a little bit about DIY projects. So I'm gonna turn the camera around. Specifically, this particular homeowner, I'm sorry. I'm assuming they did a DIY project back here where they removed some soil inside to make this pebbled area. This is just my assumption. I don't know, the history of the home, but one of the things was causing some concern was on the interior of the house, and I'll go inside and show you. Well, before I go to the interior, I noticed up at the freeze boards there was some evidence of repair, right? And on the interior of the house, I know you guys won't be able to see it, but there's some separations above at the crown molding, in the corners, up above the fireplace area, all along this wall. And then there's some cracks in the wall and in the ceiling in the adjoining room. So one of the things I always suggest when folks are going to do a DIY project, do your research. 100% do your research, because most of the time, most DIY projects that you find online, they'll always talk about the preparation that's needed, etc. But in this particular case, this house also only has a partial gutter. It only has a gutter to service so that if you're walking out of the door, the water won't spill on your head. But nowhere else along this property does it have that gutter system. So what I believe is happening here is that water is crashing down and it's settling here, but because it has what we call an incorrect slope, or there's no slope or grading pitch to make water roll away from the property, it's settling here and it's showing up in a couple of things. A lot of the windows along the side of the house needed caulking because there's separations there. The drywall tears that have been isolated to this room and in the master bedroom, right? So this is just my opinion about what I believe is happening, but I'm just applying the knowledge that I have based on the rules. The rules are you should always have a minimum slope or grade slope of 6 inches downward within 10 feet of the property. And this particular piece of yard here is perfectly flat. There's no slope until it gets off to the side over here. Also, one of the things I noticed in the front yard area was that it was very damp, very, very, very damp and moist. Now, we did have a pretty good rain last night, so it could be attributed to that because, I'm not here. I don't live here, right? But it was just something I noticed and made a mental note about. So, yeah. So what's my point here? Anytime you guys are going to do some type of DIY project, make sure you do some research. Visit your local home improvement store and tell them sometimes they have specialists that work in there that'll kind of tell you, here's some things you may want to do to make sure your project comes out right and you don't do any harm to your home, because we know you're taking time to make that investment into the property. Just take those extra few minutes, hours, days, whatever it is you need to do to research it to make sure you get that project done right. But unfortunately here for this customer, the news here for them is going to be, I believe they're going to have to pull some of this stuff up and install some type of subgrade drainage so that the water properly flows away from the house, right? So anywho, anytime you guys need the best, not the rest, the best home inspector in the business, give me a call, 972-590-8719. Or you can also always just hit us up online at www.ahidfw.com. All right, folks, so you guys have a great day. Be blessed. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. And hey, don't forget, stay safe and mask up. All right, have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.